So obviously your first UFC fight, as you say, you couldn't get fights anywhere else. Like yours was in the COVID period, weren't it?
Yeah, so again, a bit of an odd thing for me. It was like 4 fights. Now, my fourth one, it was in the Apex, but it did have a bit of a crowd.
That when I had my debut.
Yeah, so yeah.
There was a bit of an atmosphere. There was like 200 people.
Yeah. But like my first 3, especially the first one, the first 2, mate, it was literally like 10 people. It was like the atmosphere of this room right now. There was no one in there.
They had a pin drop.
And mate, my second fight, so I fought someone again from MMA Factory in Paris. And
you love fighting these, don't you?
No, I fought 3. The only one's left is Cyril. He's the only one I got left.
He'll come, lad.
He'll come eventually. But the guy who I fought, he did loads of spinning stuff, like spinning back kicks, spinning back elbows and all that. Really, which is the last thing you want, mate, at heavyweight, because it's so dangerous anyway.
Yeah.
And mate, I walked in with my bag, asked my dad there. We walked in, there was no atmosphere, there's no one in there. Walked in there with my bag all nervous like you do when you got a fight. You're thinking about all kinds of stuff. Mate, literally, as I walked through the door, you know that Joaquin Buckley, when he back kicked him in the face, that most viral knockout ever.
Was that night?
That was that night, mate. And I was fighting someone and I was like, just don't get spinning back kicks in the face. And then I walked in and literally that happened and you could hear it. I was just like, walked past the cage just like that with my little bag, just like, please, not me. But the fight went well, luckily.
Yeah, would have been thinking there, though, there's already been one tonight. There can't be another one.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I thought,
there's already been one tonight. There can't be another one.
Again. Mate, it was horrendous. That was horrendous, that. And his head, like, literally could hear his head bouncing off the floor and everything, shocking. But I don't know. Yeah, you had the one. Did you fight in the pandemic when there was, like, nobody?
No.
Did you not fight on Cage Warriors?
I fought on Cage Warriors. Yeah, I fought in my last Cage Warriors fight. I fought Martinez.
Isn't it weird? It's almost like the punch. I don't know about you, but this is how I felt. It's almost like the punches and kicks like hurt more because you can hear them more. Yeah, that's how I felt.
I felt it was more like a sparring session.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't like it.
That's what I thought. In fact, what I fought twice in the pandemic. I was meant to fight David Martinez. It was on the 20th of March 2020. So it was literally the first weekend. All the footy got cancelled. Yeah. But Cage Warriors still got.
That's when I was supposed to make my debut.
Yeah.
Because Cage Warriors still happened, didn't it?
Yeah, and they cancelled the UFC. They cancelled the UFC London because Molly was meant to fight. Leon Edwards was meant to fight Woodley.
That's right.
And it got fully cancelled. But because Darren Stewart ended up fighting someone on the Cage Warriors.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
He actually offered me on that to fight Paul Craig on that. On the Cage Warriors show.
Yeah.
On the Cage Warriors show,
Paul Craig as well.
Yeah, and I'm actually mates with Paul Craig. I don't even know if Paul heard about it, to be honest. But
that's mad because he's a light heavyweight as well.
Paul Craig was like, they were like, oh, do you want to fight Paul Craig on the thing at heavyweight? And I was like, not really. Do you know what I mean? He's a light heavy and he's my mate.
That was a proper weird one that night. That was even weirder than the year later, to be honest. Like March 2021 wasn't as weird as March 2020 because it had only just happened March 2020.
Yeah. It was like
the Mackies hadn't even shut on that yet at that point.
It was an odd time, mate. I didn't like them.
I didn't, I'll be honest. I felt it was like a sparring session. I couldn't get myself like amped up to...
Especially in the Apex as well. And same in Abu Dhabi as well, to be fair. It's like, there's no atmosphere in the back or nothing. It's just like, you're just on your own. And then after the fight, it's the worst because you come back to the hotel. And especially, it really stands out for me, like when I beat Arlovski, because I loved Arlovski growing up and that. He's like one of my heroes. And then I beat him. Mate, got back to the hotel there in Vegas. Just me and my dad sat there. Like, me and my dad sat there with a pizza, just like waiting for the flight home. I felt like no one gave a shit. It was just like, I just beat 2-time UFC heavyweight champ there and I'm just here with a pizza.